Barcelona is on fire. Lamine Yamal is working his magic on the pitch. Koundé decides the Copa del Rey final. Raphinha might leave, and the dream of Julián Álvarez is becoming more real. In this video, everything fans are talking about. Real news, big rumors, exclusive insider info, and even some juicy gossip from inside the Catalan club. Get ready, things are heating up. Lamine Yamal delivered an outstanding performance in the latest El Clasico and became one of the key figures in Barcelona's victory. The young winger didn't just undergo a flashy transformation, changing his hairstyle and dyeing his hair. He also proved that behind the bold image still lies a player capable of making a difference at the highest level. Yamal was an absolute nightmare for Fran Garcia. The real defender simply couldn't keep up with the Catalans' actions. Throughout the match, Lamine confidently beat his opponent one-on-one and regularly created dangerous chances near Thibaut Courtois' goal. It was his passes that led to goals in 2 of Barcelona's attacking moves, ultimately securing the team's victory. After the match, Yamal didn't hide his emotions and made a bold statement that caused quite a stir. Conceding 1 goal isn't scary. Even 2, not a problem. Real simply can't beat us this season. We proved it. I'm happy, Yamal told reporters. Naturally, such words didn't go unanswered. Real Madrid fans took them as a challenge and reminded the young winger of their club's historic achievements, Champions League victories, star-studded squads in recent years, and of course, the heavy defeats Barcelona suffered in past seasons. In particular, they quickly recalled the 8-1 aggregate score in Madrid's favor last season. Nevertheless, one thing is clear. Yamal represents a new generation of Barca players who no longer fear the capital's giant. His boldness and confidence are not just bravado. They show that Barcelona is once again producing leaders with a winning mentality. However, such a sharp statement may well come back to haunt him in May, when the next El Clasico takes place. Barcelona is on the verge of a major overhaul in its attacking line. Despite his incredible physical shape and vast experience, Robert Lewandowski can no longer play with the same intensity as in his prime. His reactions are slowing, his workload is decreasing, and that's completely natural, considering his age. It's clear that the club must start thinking about a successor. Interestingly, under Hansi Flick, Barcelona's play no longer seems dependent on a classic number 9. When the team plays with a flexible and mobile front line, the football looks far more dynamic and the goals don't dry up. However, the Catalan management has its own ambitions. In the long term, they dream of bringing Julián Álvarez to the team. The Argentine is having a powerful season at Atletico, scoring over 20 goals and becoming one of Diego Simeone's key players. He didn't need any adaptation time. He jumped straight into action and became indispensable. No matter the system, whether it was River Plate, the highly structured Manchester City, or the disciplined Atletico, Álvarez has consistently performed at the highest level. Imagining him in Flick's attacking setup is particularly exciting. The German coach is known for unlocking players' potential. Since Hansi's arrival, even well-known figures like De Jong and Pedri have made significant progress, and Álvarez has everything it takes to become a key figure in Barcelona's new era. That said, this transfer is not something that will happen in the immediate future. Right now, Barcelona is focused on extending the contracts of Lamine Yamal and Raphinha. Lewandowski has 1 more year left on his deal, and the club simply doesn't have the financial means to sign a new forward just yet. But a year from now, the situation will change. There will be no more time to delay. If Barcelona wants to land Julián, they'll either have to negotiate directly with Atletico or activate his release clause, which is a hefty $150 million. It's a massive amount, but for a versatile and prolific striker who has proven himself at every level, no one asks for less. So if the Catalans truly want to build a new attacking model after Lewandowski's departure, they must start preparing now, both strategically and financially. Jules Kounde became the unexpected hero of the Copa del Rey final, deciding the outcome with a strike from outside the penalty area. The Frenchman delivered an outstanding performance. He won numerous duels, read the game brilliantly, dominated both in the air and on the ground, and, most notably, looked physically fresher than most of his teammates. He had energy to spare, and it's no coincidence. According to Hansi Flick, Koundé doesn't head to rest after training but continues with individual workouts. A true professional and a lover of the game. Despite this high level, Koundé's future at Barcelona remains uncertain. The club's management is currently negotiating a new contract with him. His current deal expires in 2 years. If the parties fail to reach a compromise, particularly on financial terms, the Catalans may be forced to consider a sale. Chelsea has already jumped into the situation. The London club had tried to sign Koundé back when he played for Sevilla, but the defender chose Barca at the time. However, the Blues never lost interest, and now they may finally have a real chance at the long-awaited transfer. Still, Chelsea won't be the only contender. Manchester United, Arsenal, and Liverpool are also closely monitoring the situation and are ready to compete for the player. All of them have the financial means to make a serious offer. But Chelsea stands out in this regard. The London club has repeatedly shown a willingness to offer long-term contracts with high salaries, even at the cost of financial stability. And while that policy hasn't always worked out in the past, it could play a decisive role in the race for Koundé. If Barcelona and the player fail to reach an agreement, a serious transfer battle will begin, and there's no guarantee the Catalans will come out on top. Raphinha might become one of the biggest names in this summer's transfer news. Negotiations between the Brazilian and Barcelona over a new contract are clearly stalling. The main issue is a disagreement over the terms of the deal. The club is offering a classic 1+1 format, 1 year plus an extension option, while the player insists on a fixed 2-year contract. In addition, he's unhappy with the proposed salary. His agent has already made it clear that the Catalans will need to revise their offer. Interestingly, despite all the disagreements, the two sides have at least agreed on a release clause. The amount is $80 million. That's a fairly down-to-earth figure by Barcelona's modern standards, where buyout clauses often exceed €1 billion. On the one hand, it gives Raphinha a safety net in case of conflict. On the other, it gives the club confidence that they can profit if a split becomes inevitable. In light of this, several potential buyers have emerged. Arsenal, in particular, is seriously considering a move for Raphinha. The London club is actively scouting the Spanish market and, judging by their interest in other La Liga players, is clearly in search of a creative winger. Yes, the Gunners are also tracking Nico Williams and Kingsley Coman, but Raphinha seems the most ready to fit into Arteta's system. As for the player himself, he has officially turned down an offer from Saudi Arabia that promised him astronomical wages. In an interview, Raphinha openly admitted that a year ago, during a tough time in his career, he might have accepted such an offer. But today he's focused not on money, but on achievements on the pitch. However, that doesn't mean he's ready to sacrifice everything for Barcelona. If the club offers him conditions that fall short of what his teammates or young stars like Lamine Yamal receive, it's unlikely Raphinha will simply accept it. Barcelona, for their part, isn't ruling out a sale either. His contract runs until 2027, but right now he's at his peak, and this may be the best chance to cash in. With over 50 goal contributions this season, the stats speak for themselves. The only question is, how far are both sides willing to go in these negotiations, and whose patience will run out first? It seems that the final chapter in the relationship between Lionel Messi and Barcelona has been written. According to Diario Sport, the Argentine hasn't just cooled toward the club. He's deliberately avoiding any conversation about a possible return, even in the form of a farewell match. The reason lies in deep disappointment with the Blaugrana leadership. Sources claim that Messi harbors a strong resentment toward the current club president, Joan Laporta. In Messi's view, Laporta was the main reason behind the painful separation in 2021. As a reminder, Lionel was convinced he would stay with the team until the very last moment. The management had assured him of this, both publicly and privately, but in the end they simply chose not to renew his contract. The result? Messi, in tears, left his lifelong club, while Barcelona's leadership cited financial restrictions as the reason. Since then, according to Spanish journalists, the Argentine has not only cut all contact with the club, but also wants nothing to do with it. This situation has sparked mixed reactions among fans. Some have taken Messi's side, believing the club treated him unfairly, using his name as a PR tool until the last minute. Others feel Leo should have shown more respect and generosity toward the club, where he spent almost his entire career. Even if there was resentment, they say, he should have still offered a farewell match and words of thanks to the fans. Either way, one thing is now clear. Messi's return to Camp Nou, in any form, is not just unlikely but seemingly ruled out entirely. A new era of Barcelona is upon us. Boldness, ambition, young stars, and big transfer plans. If you believe in the revival of this legendary club, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. It's only getting better from here. See you in the next video. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and be sure to watch our previous video. It just appeared before your eyes right now. See you. Good luck to everyone. Goodbye.